and it is 7 o'clock on Saturday evening. There's only one more Saturday before Christmas. Do you guys realize that? Let me double check and see if I'm actually transmitilating over here. Looks like maybe I am. I see movement happening on the screen, so that's a good sign. Hopefully you haven't missed too much of my amazing words. But anyway, it's Mary. So here we are, ready to celebrate birthdays. Not Christmas, birthdays. And I am going to share with you some sneak peeks from the new catalog that will be live to you guys on the 7th of January. If you just can't wait, sign up right now. You can actually put these very products in your starter kit. Just throwing that out there. So I have used the Wildflower Birthday DSP, and it's a specialty DSP, and part of why it is, other than the fact that it is just beautiful, let me show you some of the designs. You get 2 sheets of dies and 2 sheets that are, well, they're just kind of interesting because on one side, they look like regular DSP, but on the other side, hello everybody, I appreciate you guys all coming tonight. On the other side is a whole bunch of panels and tags, okay? So you get 5 tags and some panels and some strips for sentiments and to put behind those strips, and then just some kind of various and sundry pieces. I'm going to show you how to cut this here in just a second. But the rest of the DSP is also quite gorgeous. I mean, look at these beautiful papers. Now I'm going to tell you, I don't usually cut all of my pieces into 6x12, but I apparently forgot what I was doing. So look at this beautiful pretty in pink gingham. And on the other side is beautiful flowers. You've got blueberry bushel, pretty in pink, peach pie, old olive, and something else. I'm not sure what. What is the other color? There was another color that was beautiful. Blueberry bushel, old olive, peach pie, pool party, pretty in pink, soft sea foam, and then many of the pieces have some gold foiling. Okay, so what I did is I took 2 pieces of the DSP, one with the gingham, one with the flowers, both 3 7/8 by 5 1/8, so normal, and I stacked them up and I cut them on the diagonal, and I'm going to show you how to do that. Now, I will tell you the cards we're going to make today are going to look different. I'm still using the die cut pieces that are in the DSP, which are wonderful. So I have an envelope filled with the panels that I've cut apart. And then I have an envelope with the small ones that I've just dropped one out. So I kind of tried to put all of these small die cut pieces together so I wouldn't lose them. And then it's also got some really big, beautiful ones that would be gorgeous all by themselves on the front of your cards. And like I said, you get 2 sheets, they're identical, so you get 2 of each of the images, which is why when I've made 2 cards, I'm done, I have to change up my ephemera. But that's easy enough, so we're going to do that. Now, let me show you how to cut the labels. Okay, I want to show you how to cut the DSP apart before we get going too far into the cards. And we're actually going to make 2 cards tonight, so you might as well just get something to drink because we're going to be here for a hot second. Okay. To cut this up, you can cut this and use just this side, or you can first start by cutting this into all of its various pieces. The way you do that is you start here. Actually, let's go this way. And these tags are 4 inches long. So I just put the left side at the 4-inch mark, and you can see there's a solid line that goes all the way through there. We'll cut that like so. Okay, and then you can cut each of these into their tags by just placing the edge at, looks like about 2 3/8. All right, so really you're just lining up that line in your cutting groove and making a cut like that. And then just repeat that 4 times, and you'll have 5 beautiful tags. Then you can start cutting these up, and you can see this has a straight line here and a straight line here. So you'll just place that line in. And I'm only showing you this because sometimes you look at these sheets and you're like, I have no idea. So I want you to have an idea. Then you can just turn it around and cut the other edge. You see that line going straight across there? That's where you're going to cut. And then all you got to do here is cut. Put that line right there in the cutting groove. Turn it around, and this line. And you've got your panels cut apart. Now, at this point, you just cut these out and cut your strips out here, and you've got all of your panels made. All right, so you get all of that. And then I would recommend, unless you know you're going to want them right away, I would leave these large panels, leave them big enough that you could use the other side, because it's awfully pretty as well with its daisies on peach pie. Okay, all right, so that's that. Now, what we're going to do to make our card today, I picked 2 of these pieces right here. They're actually, it's the back and the back. I've got the one with the cake, and then these beautiful, I love the stripes. And these, like I said, these are 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. So the way that you can math this, or you can do it like I'm doing it, which is kind of hand jamming it. Line them up real good, and then just put the corners in your cutting groove, just like that, okay? And make your cut. Now, again, you could find the halfway point and do all of that, but what I did is I just turned the whole thing kind of like this. Make sure everything is still stacked up solid. Okay. Take the time it takes to get everything working. Put those corners in the cutting groove. Like this. This is kind of like a Stamp-A-Stack, right? A little bit like that. Make everything line up. Put your guide down and give it a cut. And then just keep everything together. And we're going to mix and match. Alrighty? So here we go. What you're going to have is you're going to have a card front that looks like this. Just like that. So you've got 2 card fronts that are going to be perfect with each other. Okay, so let's go ahead and make them. And I am absolutely 1000% planning on making 2 cards at the same time. So I hope that makes you happy, because that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. All right, so to do this, what you do is you just kind of eyeball the reveal. We all know what a normal card front reveal looks like, right? So that's where you're going to kind of get it lined up. Put the pieces together. These are butted up to each other. Okay. Like so. And you can see I've got this kind of crookedy apparently. This isn't as fiddly as it looks. It just takes a minute to do it. You just kind of got to get it. Once you get it in place, it's pretty straightforward. And then all we're doing is adding ephemera die cuts that came right from the DSP. So I didn't even have to cut them. So you just punch them out and you're ready to roll. You're ready to roll, troll. All right. And it's a pretty forgiving design. If you're not perfect, it's a little bit hidden, so you're okay. Okay, just kind of make the edges look right. The reveal looks straight all the way around and kind of even. And you can get as het or as not het as you like. And I'm a little het. I can't help it. I need it to be at least a little bit sort of like I pretended like I was trying to make it perfect. Okay, so there we go. So now I'm just going to pick up one piece at a time and liquid gluify it. Yes, open that pack up, Karen, because I can assure you there's 2 sheets filled with die cuts. Okay, filled with them. All right, so just kind of hold the others in place and put the glued ready to adhere piece back where it belongs. And kind of make it look straight, okay? There we go. like that. And then just repeat, rinse and repeat. Did I already tell you we're going to do this twice? Yep, we are. Not even kidding. I wouldn't kid you about something like that. We're going to end up with 2 cards, actually 4 because I've already made 2, right? But this one's going to look different. Now, this one has cake on it. The other one was a cupcake and a banner. We're going to use the same banner. The truth of the matter is, these are the exact same layouts. Really the exact same layouts, just with different decor, right? I've even used the same sentiments on the inside and the front in the same colors. And so it's really easy. So if there is a difficult part about this, it's this piece. It's this part right here. Now, that's not lining up exactly perfectly, but guess what? I know for sure it's going to be covered there in the center. So I'm going to make my edges be right and my joints be right. There we go. There. And there's card front number 1. And then we will rinse and repeat. All you want to do here is be sure you get these pieces on with the cakes up, because cakes down is weird, right? What's cakes down? She didn't sing. Oh, maybe she'll sing tonight. I've got to have... We wish you a happy birthday. We wish you a happy birthday. Oh, you know what? We just watched a really cute movie. If you happen to like Chris Evans, i.e. Captain America, and Dwayne Johnson, i.e. The Rock, and J.K. Simmons, who is really one of my favorite actors, then you will 1000% love the movie Red One. Is it goofy? Sure. It's got The Rock in it and Chris Evans. So, of course, it's a little goofy. But it was so fun. We watched it right before I came on here. And it was really good. I liked it a lot. But, you know, it's like, okay, if you liked the Santa Claus with Tim, good Lord, what is the dude's name? Tim the Tool Man. What is his actual name? He has an actual name, but I can't think of it right now. I just know that he's Tim something or other. Y'all help me out here. Tim Allen, there you go. You're watching it tonight, Judy. Yay! You are going to love it so much. This is all I can say. I want to work for that Santa Claus because it was cool. And I want his reindeer really bad. You're going to love it. I want his reindeer really bad. And I wouldn't mind his chief of security. Just saying. Alrighty. Okie dokie. Here we go. We're almost done. And then we're going to just put on some pieces and parts and put it all together. And we're going to be rocking and rolling, cooking with gas. All right. See how easy this is? And they're so pretty because I've used all the same DSP. They all go together like magic. Here we go. Okay, there we are. Okay. Now, there you have it. And now I have 2 little ramekins with pieces and parts. So here's going to be, let's do this first one. And then the second one is going to be these pieces and parts. One is going to be kind of a peach pie as my primary. And is it on net? It's Amazon Prime. And Karen, I didn't think it was available to watch now, but it is. And so you should do it before Amazon remembers that they wanted really for you to buy it. Okay. All right. So I have a piece of the DSP and I used, this is the die set that is part of birthday celebration. So it's got 0 through 9, so you can make an age, but most of the cards that I send these days go to people who would just as soon not remember their age. You know, after you hit about 21, you stop kind of counting. So if you have younger people, this is what you want to use. You've got some tassels, you have a line to hold banners, and then you have this large banner and 2 little ones. And we're going to use this large one and then this bigger of the littles, if that made any sense at all. All right, so let's go ahead. And I used the piece of the DSP that has the soft seafoam, so that brings that color back in. And what I did is we're just going to adhere this kind of in the center of the card front, like that. And I'll do the same on the other one. We're going to make them right at the same time. So that's how quick you can do this, is you can knock out a couple of birthday cards all at once. The rest are Hallmark. There you go. Yeah, see, the name of the movie is Red One. Red One, okay? Red One is actually Santa Claus's code name. It's so fun. It's so fun. It's so fun. And then you start talking about age again. Yes, that's valid, but it's in a different way. Now, in that case, it's more like, look at that. She hit 99. Woo! Okay, so we're going to use, I've got a die cut that was a piece of cake. It's a piece of cake. Get it? Kind of a joke, like a pun. And we're going to do it right in the middle, and I think I'm going to do it with dimensionals because I like dimensionals. Now, just so you know, I did sort of lay this out when I was picking what I was going to do for the second card, but I didn't decide, what's going to be dimensionalized and what's not. So we're going to see. I may regret it. I don't know. We'll see. Karen Zensikovic is big on designing on the fly and making her cards without any pre-planning, and that just makes me kind of crazy. Oh, I will absolutely. I know, aren't they the best? They're like Santa's helpers, but I can't believe he got them out as quickly as he did. That was crazy. He was crazy fast. Okay, now here's a fun little thing. I made like this banner, okay? And the way I made it was to determine how big I wanted the centerpiece for my sentiment. And it turns out that what I wanted was 1 7/8 long by 1 1/8 wide. And so I stamped the Make-A-Wish in blueberry bushel. And we're going to make a banner using 2 of the die cuts. Remember I talked about the larger of the small banners? We're going to use 2 of those. And the banner is going to go kind of like that. Okay? And I think I'm just going to risk it. You know what? Let me be sure that I really want to do that before we get too far down the road. We want to put this guy right here like this. And then his banners, I think I'll put him on a card base just to be sure that I'm not getting out of bounds. Okay. So we're going to go like that. Oh, come here. Come here now. I think I have a little bit of, we're going to go like that. Yep, I can do dimensionals for the cake. Okay, so let's do the cake. Let's get him adhered. That'll make it easier to work with him. And I'm going to keep him on my card front. Now you can see I've decided arbitrarily, oh, actually this one is going to be pretty in pink. So let me just put the correct card base under there, because otherwise I'll be like, I'll get to the very end and be, oh, I put the peach pie accoutrement on the pretty in pink and vice versa. Yeah, that's not what we want to do. Okay. So now we're going to put this guy on right about there. And all I want to do is be sure that I can get that banner on. So that's going to drive where this wants to go. So right there is how far I can go with the banner. Okay. You'll be glad to know I don't have to do any thinking on the inside of the card because it's all going to be good. All right, so I'm going to put my banner right there with a little liquid glue. And I'm letting it fall right over the edge. Like that. Right there. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and put this piece on right there. You know what? Let's move this down just a little bit before he dries all the way. There we go. Just a smidge. Okay. And then I'm going to put a couple of dimensionals right here like this. Okay. And adhere the sentiment. Straighten this guy up. Y'all are seeing, if you want to call it the creative process, you can call it that. It started with a little bit of an idea what I wanted because I really kind of knew what my design was going to look like, right? Okay, so we'll put that on, and then we're going to tuck this guy right under there to make our banner. Just like that. And you just kind of want to make it as even as you can. There you go. Okay, now I'm going to let that dry just a second, and let's go ahead and make the other sentiment, shall we? Let's see, what have we got? Oh, all right, you guys, I'm really paying too much attention to my card, so if you're asking me a question, I apologize for not answering better. All right, so let me get my sentimente. That's not it. Here it is. And my blueberry bushel. And we're going to make our second sentiment. Bonnie, thank you. All right, we're going to stamp Make a Wish on this piece, and it has to be kind of perfect because it's exactly right. So everybody hold your breath, hold your mouth just right, stick your tongue out the left side of your mouth. Oh boy, I hope you got it in time. Here we go. Boom. Oh, it worked. Okay, just a safety tip. Blueberry Bushel is one of those dark pigmented inks, and it can take a hot second to dry. So you want to give it that time. And while it's doing that, I'll go ahead and get this guy adhered with his Stampin' Dimensionals. Like that. Now, let me just show you a little design theory in Mary's brain. On the original cards, what I did here, you can see I had two different kinds of cupcakes. So I had a cupcake that was pink, had a pink wrapper, and a cupcake that had a peach pie wrapper. So I put the pink flower here with the balloon, pink wrapper, pink card base. See the logic? Peach pie wrapper, peach pie card base, peach pie flower. Okay, and then I used the opposite, so the pink big flower and peach big flower, or little, biggish flower, and then a couple of little bits and pieces of foliage on that one. Okay, so that was kind of how I made those decisions, right? Okie doke, here we go. So now we're going to place this upon its peach pie card base. And why am I not adhering it right now? Well, just because of habit. You could absolutely adhere it right this very second if you wanted to, but it makes me twitchy because about the time I do that, I'm going to put the inside on wrong side up. I promise. I can just tell you it'll happen because that's how I roll. I can make you a promise. Have you ever given a card to anybody where the inside was wrong? I have. It was my husband, and I'm not even sure he actually knew, but I knew. So there you go. Okay, so I am going to do something a little different on this one to make my life a little easier. See, I can be trained. I'm going to put that dimensional right there and go ahead and adhere him first. But I'm going to make him straight. The best way to make a sentiment straight is to have your card front straight. All right, and then I'm going to slide these in and put them on with liquid glue. Thanks, Faith. I have to confess, I did sort of look at a sample in the catalog. I mean, those people are smart. Why wouldn't I, if the wheel round is good enough, why would you make it a different shape? Okay, so there's our banner there, and then we'll tuck this one in. If y'all don't have tweezers, can you see why it's so good to have tweezers? Look at everything I'm doing. It's like a robot arm. That's what it's like, is a robot arm right there. And watch this little magical miracle. I want to put another couple of dimensionals under, so I'm just going to do just like that. And I'm going to do one more to give it a little more support. Just like, come on. Well, there we go. Nope, there we go. And just slide it under like that. Okay, so now we're going to add some flowers. Make it pretty. We're going to make it so pretty. I'm going to take this pink. See how I picked pink? Pink. Okay, and we're gonna put it right there like that. So I'm going to put a dimensional there. Oh, hey, that's good. Doesn't that make you feel better? I always like it when people make mistakes. I mean, not when I make a mistake. I don't want to make a mistake, but I really kind of like it when people do make mistakes, because then I don't feel, and then I don't feel so bad. Okay, so we're going to do there. That was it. I hope you heard it, because that was the singing. And then I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that. I can do this, and you can do that, and you could do this, or you could do that. Okay. Who knows what that was from? Anybody? Anybody? Come on, man. That's an old, hey, Jenny, that's an old commercial for Kia. Or, yeah, Kia. I'm pretty sure it was Kia, and it had the big hamsters, and they were all like rapping, and they would swing their bellies towards one kind of car and then swing it towards the other car, and they'd go, you can do this, or you can do that. Okay. Maybe you had to be there. Okay, so I'm just putting those on with some liquid glue. See, I did not get less goofy by being gone. Just saying. And then we're going to adhere that pink flower with a couple of dimensionals. Like so. And I'm going to be crazy and take those covers off without doing a double check of my flower to be sure I have it where I want. But I do. I'm going to pull that leaf out a little bit. Come on now. Hurry, hurry, the glue is drying. There, you see, you got, I put a dimensional on it, that's why. Okay, there you go. All right, so there is that card. I'm going to go ahead and put it on, because it's making me insane having it dry, moving all around. You know, interestingly, I didn't do a lot of singing for her. I didn't do any videos while I was there. I just didn't think I had the internet for it. And I would have hated to be in the middle of something and have it quit me. Because it's like every evening around 7, everybody on the block would get on their internet and it would slow way down. And so I figured for sure. Also, I didn't have any of my stuff there. I really had very little to work with there. Not least of which was a place to do a video. So, nope, she did not get to see or hear any of this. Okay, let's be sure I'm doing this right. And we've got pink and pink. Yep, we're good. Okay. There we go. And that is what I'm going to put a few dots on there, but let me go ahead and get this one done. All right, so this one has a peach pie. Has peach pie flowers. So the peach pie flower is going to go here with a dimensional. Hey, Deb, I'm not sure what the question mark is for. Help me out, and I will attempt to answer the question. I'm going to put a dimensional right there. Very similar to the other one, only this is peach pie to coordinate with our card base. And then this guy, a little bit smaller flower, is going to tuck under there like so. Like that. And then these guys. So you can see they're very, very similar. We just have a few different elements on each card. really the same elements in just different colors, right? And that one didn't do exactly like I wanted, but that's okay. We'll get him down there and he'll be fine. He'll be fine. It'll be fine. Birthday Celebration is the name of this set. Thank you, Rocky. And it's very pretty. The DSP is like beautiful. It really is gorgeous DSP. I love it. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and put a dimensional right there and go ahead and adhere my flower. See, I learned a little something from the first go. I learned it's a lot easier to get that second leaf in when you already have the flower. So I'm going to slide it under to be sure I don't need to trim the leaf, and I do not. If it didn't go all the way, I would just snip that little stem off. Nobody will ever know the difference. Not even you. You will forget it almost as soon as you've put it on there. Then you'll be like, I wonder how I made that work so good. Oh yeah, I snipped the stem. Okay, now we will adhere this to the card front with our peach pie, like so. And then, yes, it's the Wildflower Birthday Suite, and that is also the name of the DSP. That's typically how the suites work, is that the DSP has the same name as the suite, and then there's a different name, but kind of similar for the stamp set and dies or punch that go with the suite. All right, be sure I have all my little covers off. Be sure I'm going right side up. And there we go. And those are our 2 card fronts, like so. Now, I have some party dots, and this is the embellishment that goes with the suite. And you have Peach Pie, Pool Party, and Pretty in Pink. And so what am I going to do? I'm going to go opposite. So for my Peach Pie card, I'm going to put a few of these Pretty in Pink dots on, like so. And I think I'll just go like one like right there. And you know, I don't like how that is. That doesn't have good symmetry for me. So I'm going to go like that. And then I think I'm going to do this because I can. I'm going to go like that. And then I'm going to take a big one and put it right there like that. Okay. And then on this one, I'll do really the same kind of a design or, you know, arrangement of them, but I'm going to use the Pretty in Pink ones. All right. Like a shoe. And there, in 30 minutes, is 2 card fronts. Now, for our inside, we're going to do them exactly the same with one slight difference, okay? And the difference is going to be in the color of the flowers that I'm going to use, okay? And they're going to match our, these things right here. These things are the things I like to call envelopes when I can remember the name of it. Okay, so here's how we're going to do this. We're going to use Happy Birthday on the inside, like so. It's 2 different stamps. And I'm going to stamp birthday first. Let me put these out the way so I don't put any, you know, anything on them. I don't want to put anything on them. Like blueberry bushel where I don't want it. Oh, Cecilia, I'm so glad. And I'm going to start by stamping birthday. Let's do it right side up, just because it makes it so much easier. And I'm going to cheat it down from the center just a little bit, because I'm going to put happy above it. That worked out, so I'll set that aside, do the second one. Remember, you're letting that blueberry bushel dry a little bit, right? Okay, and then put that out the way. And then we're going to take happy. Where did you go? I'm going to clean that block off because I got a little jiggy with it. Y'all remember, when you have a brand new photopolymer set, here's what I recommend that you do. Take a chamois, however you usually clean your stamps, just with water, and rub them real good. And then I recommend stamp, 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 ink, stamp, ink, stamp a few times until you get it good. What happens is they use a chemical in the mold so that when they pour that liquid photopolymer stuff, technical term, the stuff, into the mold, there has to be something so that it releases easy. Think of it as spraying your cake pan with Pam, butter flavored or otherwise, and then baking your cake. If you forget to do that, you may have some cake stick to the bottom of your pan. So you need to get the mold Pam off of your stamp when you first get them. Okay, and the way you'll know is you'll see it kind of bead up on the stamp. And if you do, that's a sure sign that you need to do some stamping on something you don't really care about, just to be sure you're getting a good image. Okay, did that make sense? All right, so now I'm going to take happy and stamp it right above birthday. And we'll do that again on the second one. Okay, put that aside. Yep, that works as well. And see, Bonnie, you and I are just a little bit different because when I like sometimes to let my stamp get stained by a dark color because it makes it a little easier for me to see it and line it up on future cards. But that's just me. If that doesn't make you happy, then I wouldn't do it. Your way is working perfect. All right, so now I'm going to stamp. There's a little stem and leaf and a flower. We're going to stamp the stem right here in Old Olive. So I'll do both of my cards. Okay. And then I'm also going to do that on the front of my envelopes in the front corner. But we're going to go this direction. Okay, so you got a little bit of a assembly line going. Okay, now you can put your Old Olive away and clean your stamp just because it makes it easier. Now, this little flower right here, I'm going to stamp we have 4 flowers we need to stamp. I'm going to stamp 2 of them in Pretty in Pink. Like that, not on that second envelope. Take one of these. Like so. Guess which card that's going to go inside of? Yep, you're smart. Clean off your stamp. Put away your Pretty in Pink. And then we're going to do the second go in Peach Pie. Like 1 and 2. Like that. Put this away so I don't get myself in a bind. And now the big trick is putting them in the correct card. Okay, so I have Peach Pie, Peach Pie, Peach Pie. Let's do Peach Pie. Yep, I've heard the Versamark before, and it is a great plan if you like to keep those stamps nice and pristine. That's the way to do it. I have got a rogue dimensional cover. Get off of there. And there we go. And then we'll put the Pretty in Pink on the inside. I've got rogue dimensional covers pretty much everywhere. All right. Now, the other thing you could have done, a different design theory, would have been to put a peach pie flower on the Pretty in Pink card and then use the peach pie on the front of its envelope, right? So you could have gone opposite world. So it just depends on how you want to do your cards. And I've already got that. And so now I'm going to use a little bit of this. Let me see if I've got enough here. No. Okay, we'll use these pieces. And I'm going to use that stripe because I really like it. I don't know why this stripe appeals to me so much. Thank you, Sherry. Appreciate you. All right. And then we'll cut this. Like so, world's easiest fussy cut. There's number 1 and number 2. I think we should, oh, no, no, no. Did I lose you guys? Oh dear, did I lose you? Hopefully I'm back. I don't know what just happened right there, but I looked over and I had a screen that said, ah, snap. So I don't know what in the world that was all about. But hopefully I'm back. It looks like I'm back. All right. Thank you, Rosie. Yep, we have one more. We have another video next Thursday and one on Saturday. And then we're going to be done until the Saturday after Christmas. I think I got that right, didn't I, Rosie? I think I did. I think I did. And we'll pick another piece. And if you're noticing that I've used way too big of a piece of DSP on here, you are correct. I did not get that cut ahead of time. Bad demonstrator. Here we go. Oh, just a reminder, Stampin' Storage. If you guys like Stampin' Storage or have had your eye on anything, it's free shipping all weekend. And that is site-wide with the exception of a tower base, and the desk base, just because that's a lot to ship. It's freight. But no minimums, free shipping site-wide in the continental United States. All right, so there you go. We now have, I have now added 4 birthday cards to my stash. Let me see what I did here. This is Pretty in Pink. And then here is our thing. All, oh good, Bonnie, I'm glad I'm back. I don't know what was, that was just weird. So there you go. And that just used a few of the dies. I didn't have to do any die cutting. It's already in the ephemera pack from the Wildflower birthday, and you are ready to go. And there are so many more beautiful card die cuts. I think I'm just going to have to go crazy. So y'all have a great rest of your weekend. I hope I will see you next Thursday. And thank you so much for spending part of your weekend with me. See ya. Ta.